Hi, it's Miss Lynn and Farmer Larry at Fern Valley Farm, and today we are making not your mom's Brussels sprouts. This is a special recipe. It's called brown butter Brussels sprouts with walnuts and apples, and oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Now, first of all, if you're like a kid like me, when I was a kid, I had Brussels sprouts, and oh my gosh, they were awful. They were very bitter and just yucky. So let me tell you, Brussels sprouts are not normally bitter, and that's because you need to get them when they're fresh. And this is the perfect time for Brussels sprouts. Oh my gosh. So today we're gonna make a fabulous recipe that we serve to our farm friends all the time at this time of year because Brussels sprouts are like super abundant. First of all, Brussels sprouts is a cold weather plant, so you can find it in the beginning of the season and at the end of the season. But right now we have the most wonderful combination of Brussels sprouts and apples because it's just at that perfect time in fall where both of them are at their peak. So today we're going to talk to you about brown butter Brussels sprouts. Now, what is brown butter? So what you do is, butter is you're going to heat butter in a skillet. You can use a skillet on your stove. I like to cook on the island because I don't like to face the wall when I cook. But what I've done is I put butter in this skillet and I've let it brown. I've put the lid on it and turned it down real low, and just for a couple minutes I've let it brown. And oh my gosh, you guys, what the difference between regular butter and brown butter is it has a nutty taste and smell. And this is how you do it when you want to know. You can see that it's a little bit brown in color on the bottom of the skillet there, and that's because it's starting to warm up. The nutty flavor is what you want. So we're going to brown that butter for a few minutes, and you can always tell when it's brown. Just keep stirring it every once in a while because it'll start turning brown. Yes. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Brussels sprouts, which by the way grow on a stalk like a bunch of grapes. So that's how they look. I know a lot of us don't know that, like me, which I used to be a city girl, and I didn't know because I didn't grow myself, but they actually grow like little grapelets on a stalk, and you can buy them on the stalk. The one thing that you want to do right away is you want to take them off. I always cut the ends off, or Farmer Larry cuts the ends off just because, you know, that's a little bit. So the farmer has chopped them all off, shredded them all off the stalk, and so I just, you know, just like you would with anything else, just trim the ends a little bit because they might be a little brown from being chopped. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a huge stock pot with a boiling water with a little bit of salt in it. So we want to get it rapidly boiling, and we're going to blanch our vegetables. We blanch a lot of vegetables because it's an easy way to cook them but keep them still nice and tender. So you're going to take your boiling water, pot of boiling water, just throw a little salt in, that keeps the water boiling, and then we're going to put them in for 4 minutes. Now, I got to tell you my favorite thing. Where's my favorite thing? I have to find my favorite thing. But we're going to scoop them out. After 4 minutes, you scoop them out, put them in an ice water bath because you want to stop that cooking. It's kind of like a burn. When you burn your finger, it keeps burning unless you put ice on it or get it cold. So same thing with food. You want to stop the cooking, so we're going to dunk it in ice water, put it out, lay them out to dry. Then we're going to slice them in half. Look how beautiful green they are. They're bright green like this because they were blanched. Blanch is just a simple way of boiling them for a few minutes, taking them out and putting them in ice water. So I'm going to cut them up because I like to have bite-sized Brussels sprouts, and some of these Brussels sprouts are really big. So now that we've got our brown butter, our butter browned, and the recipe for all the specific amounts of ingredients will be down below, I'm going to go ahead and add in Brussels sprouts. Now we make a lot because we have a lot of friends, so you're going to probably want to make a smaller amount than we do. And we're going to just take this, as you can see the butter is hot, we're just going to take this and stir it around. Remember, they're already cooked because they're blanched. You can eat them right now and just enjoy them a little just like this. But when you dip them in butter, what could be better than that? Especially brown butter, because brown butter has that nutty flavor like we talked about. So we're going to take those and we're going to put them in. We've also got, we're going to do a little bit of salt and pepper over the top. Most vegetables do need salt, but remember, we're going to rain it down on top just like this. We're going to add just a little bit of salt. We always add a little bit of pepper to our vegetables because pepper is kind of like a stimulus. It makes the flavors actually wake up and come on out. So we're going to put a little bit of pepper in. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. I love cooking in skillets because it lets me, one, cook bigger amounts, but also I get to kind of work with my island, which I like. Like I said, I don't like cooking against the wall, facing the wall. So now we're going to add in, we did our salt, pepper. We're going to add in some dried thyme. Now this is from our garden, and all I'm going to do is take this thyme and just sprinkle it over the top. What I do is we take our thyme and dry it and put it in a container, and then I just use my hands to crunch it up, and we're going to put it right over the top. Just by rubbing your hands together, you can make a nice little, oh my gosh, it smells so good. So we've got our thyme, our salt, our pepper. And the next thing we're going to do is add our apples. So you don't have to peel the apples. In fact, I love seeing the red of the apples in this meal. And so these are Gala apples, which are wonderful cooking apples. We're going to put those apples in. Again, you'll see the quantity down below. Got some extras here that I've already sliced up. I just core the apples and then slice them relatively thin. We're going to put those in with it, and we're going to stir all around. Now all we're doing now is just getting the apples a little more tender, although I like them a little crispy, don't you, when you're eating them? So the Brussels sprouts are done, and then the pièce de résistance, we're going to add in some walnuts. So I've already chopped my walnuts. Just going to sprinkle them over the top. You'll see the quantities down below in the description, so you'll know how much to use. And quite frankly, I like walnuts, so we're going to add a little bit more. And then last but not least is red pepper flakes. Oh my gosh, you know, there's nothing like eating vegetables and having a taste on your tongue that you go, what is that? It's always that last taste you have. So I'm going to take a little bit of these dried red pepper flakes and just sprinkle them all around. If you like things hotter, you can put it in, but it's not about the hot taste. It's about just that little taste on your tongue when you're eating them. That's so delicious. And there we have it. The easiest meal. Oh my gosh, fresh, wonderful. We're going to stir these around for about 5 minutes or less. And really what we're doing is we're just getting the butter in there. You can put a lid on it if you want to, just to make it steam faster. And then we're going to get a beautiful plate, and we're going to serve some out so you can see what it looks like, because it is absolutely delicious. I'm going to come over here and get a spoon. And so we serve these brown butter Brussels sprouts. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys, I wish you could be in this smell-a-thon with me. But you know what the most wonderful thing about cooking is? The smells. It just fills the house with joy. So we're going to take these out. Hasn't been quite 5 minutes, but that's okay because they are absolutely beautiful. On the plate, I'm going to need a bigger spoon, so let me get a bigger spoon real quick. And we are going to scoop those babies out onto the plate. We serve these Brussels sprouts, oh look how beautiful, with ricotta, mashed potatoes, roast beef and gravy. And this is one of my favorite fall meals. Let's get some nuts. Oh, don't forget the nuts. My favorite fall meals to serve. Does not taste at all bitter. They're absolutely fresh and delicious. So go out, get some Brussels sprouts, and give it a try. You will be amazed at how wonderful it is. See you later.